You're tuned into Raw Real Talk, where we give you the real deal, where we keep it 100 with you at all times. And on this segment, we are talking about maintaining a healthy, happy relationship. Now, the first thing I would like for you to remember is 4 key elements when trying to maintain a healthy, happy relationship. Please remember unconditional love, respect, honesty, and patience. You have to have patience with your lover, with the one that you love. Haven't you noticed that people do not focus on the spiritual energy around their relationship? You got to understand that it is very important to have that spiritual love energy for your partner, because if you can't see her inner or his inner spirit, you're going to lose the one that you love, because the well is going to run dry. It really is just going to run dry. People are very focused on the physicality of their partner and the sex in the relationship. I wonder if the sex is good. He or she looks good to me. All that's fine and well. Beauty is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing, because you got to remember, love is a natural thing. It's a feeling that you never really can explain. You really cannot. But sex, you can always explain it. Think about that. Physicality, you always can explain it. But you can't explain the spirit. You can't explain love. Now, people need to be focusing on those 4 elements that I named. Now, unconditional love means to love your mate without conditions. Plain and simple, nothing less, nothing more. We can't make that complicated. Just love. Love without limitations. So please, respect your partner for what he or she feels around all subjects. I don't care what it's about. It can be something very simple. Just respect your partner. You might not agree, but respect him or her and their beliefs. And be honest about your true fantasies, your desires, your needs, and your wants. But what happens is, when we're truthful about what we need or what we say we want, our desires and fantasies, we mix that up, because if we're honest and we admit those fantasies, it doesn't mean that you have to react on your fantasies and desires by having multiple partners with other energies. You know, you can be honest. You can admit, I'm sexually and physically attracted to Anthony. I like you. I think you're physically attractive. Or Lisa, you're a beautiful woman. There's nothing wrong in letting your partner know what your interests are. But you do not have to react on those fantasies of interest with outside energies. Learn how to accommodate your partner without going overboard and adding other entities within the relationship. You don't have to add other things to keep spunk and spontaneity in your relationship. You do not. Role play and become the fantasy for your partner. He wants you to become Lisa, or she wants you to become Anthony. Just do that. Do the best that you can. Create things. But I strongly suggest, please try not to include outside energies, because it really takes from the relationship. And I know you're asking yourself, how does it take away from the relationship? Men, you have to understand this. Your woman does not want you to be in an open relationship. She just agrees to it because she is in fear of losing you. She's in fear that you're going to find another woman to be with, and you're going to become uninterested or disinterested in her. And it's because of fear. Because there are very few women who have the sexual aggression and appetite of a man. There's very few women that does that. And most women that have that kind of aggressive appetite, trust me, something in her past happened to her that she feels like she have to do sexual acts to please men. She just go along with her man, like I said, and his appetite to explore, because she's in fear. So, man, when you say that to your woman, it's very few women really want to do that or really feel the need to do that. They just in fear, baby. So talk to your woman and be truthful about that. And, you know, women, you have to talk to your man and be truthful and fruitful in what the decisions you make. Practice celibacy, baby. And when I say celibacy, we're talking about from other outside energies other than your partner. All we think about is sex, sex, sex. And physical image are the main causes of dysfunctional relationships or relationships going sour. Trust me, I don't find my woman physically attractive no more. Or I want to feel some other type of sexual pleasures with other people. That's what messes up relationships. A lot of people think it's just focused on honesty, but when you get to that honesty, you still feel, oh, I got to react on this, and you do not. Do not react on every thought or desire you may have or want to experience. Now, remember this. You can have a lot of wants in life, but when it comes down to the reality of your needs, the list will be very small, people. Trust me. You need very little to function in life and in love. We just do all of these extra things because it tends to make us feel like we're doing something, like we're busy. But you don't have to do that to be dramatic in your relationship. We always say, I want this, I want that. Wants can go on and on and on, but our needs have limitations. Trust me, it does. Our needs have limitations. And we tend to want to bring others in a supposed monogamous relationship, like I said, because it seems to be very dramatic, because we're a dramatic species. We tend to put ourselves through various head trips because we want to maintain excitement in our relationship. Some men speak about freedom. I don't want to be tied down, this and that. But you got to remember, and you have to learn to have freedom of the spirit, freedom of the heart. Freedom is not just about having freedom in what you do or what you say. It's just the tip of the iceberg, people. So the term open relationship for me should be removed from one's vocabulary if you are seeking an intimate relationship with a person that you consider to be the one you say is it, and this is my soulmate. You need not to have other interests when it comes to sex. We're not talking about admitting you want to have sex with other people. We're talking about reacting to those very fantasies. So remove the word or the term open relationship from one's vocabulary. If you're considering being truthful in your needs versus your wants. Like I said, we say, I want this, I want that. But our wants can put our minds, bodies, souls, and spirits through unneeded or unnecessary turmoil. Trust me, if you think about it, your wants really get you in trouble. Your needs keep you stable. You can love unconditionally who you need to. You can love him. You can love her. You can pray for him. You can pray for her. Pray for love and humanity. But you do not have to become sexually involved or emotionally invested because you feel the need to love humanity. Those are two separate issues. We should not mix love with sex because oftentimes people mistake sex for love, sex with romance, sex with attraction, sex with intimacy. You can be intimate without being sexually involved. We have to learn how to be intimate, attracted, romantic, and learn how to love without involving sex all the time. It is more difficult for men than women because their lower desires and their weakness for the opposite sex is very critical. It's very critical for them because they get, erect several times a day and very few things they need to get them off unless it's something wrong with their libido. And if there's nothing wrong with them and they're healthy physically and sexually, you see a man get hard several times a day. But you must maintain discipline, men, to separate yourselves from the everyday single man on the prowl. The committed man should be focusing on exercising discipline with their significant other. That is a very difficult task. It's an ultimate task, but you can do it because we are so habitual in everything that we do in our lives. Think about it. From being health fanatics, destroying ourselves with habitual in depression and sex, partying, clubbing, eating, drinking, possibly religion. But it is difficult for people to have discipline with putting a deadbolt lock on their sexual desires. We always got to explore that. Everything that comes to our minds sexually, you got to do it. Don't do that. Try and become a stone or a pillar habitually regarding celibacy with outside energies besides your partner. Try to be strong in that. And remember, compatibility is a state of mind. Your true soulmate will alter their perception for one that they love. Trust me, they will. They will start to say, okay, my baby want this. He may want that. I wasn't like this before, but I will conform to what he needs because it's not really about compatibility. It's about you're making a choice to say, I'm willing to compromise. It's about having elasticity in your thinking process. Now, I will leave you with this, and think about it. If not now, when? If not us, who? And what I mean by that, if we do not begin transforming ourselves now, the time will never come for you. And if not humanity, who are we looking for to make that ultimate progression in humanity? The time is now. The us or the we is you. So remember that. The time is now. And the us or the we is you. So be the change you want to see humanity become. Do your best in loving yourself. Do your best in loving your partner. But try your best to be a pillar and become habitual regarding celibacy with outside energies besides your partner. Be the change that you desire. God bless.